Right on, guys. This is part two of our Electric Motion 2020 restoration video. So as you can see, the first video, we got the battery out. And if you want to see how to do that, check the link above and we'll show you how to get that done. Fairly simple. A couple wires you disconnect, 3 bolts, and your battery is out. So next what we're going to do is we're going to take care of this right here. So this is the controller, and a bunch of all these wires here are really what makes this bike run. There is one main harness here that runs all the way up to our controls, and don't mind my jerry rigging, but up to the controls, to all the throttle, the safety button, the map indicator, the battery indicator, as well as the map select, and the PRB lever for the regenerative brake. Everything is electrical, right? We all know that. So that's the main thing. This main harness that runs down is a bunch of plugs here, which we'll go through a little bit later. But what we're going to do is we're going to take this off, and it's mounted to a aluminum plate here. So all it takes is 2 bolts here and here. I believe there'll probably be maybe 12mm nuts. We're going to take that off, and then we're going to take the wire off, and we're just going to see what we can do to clean up this controller. As you can see, mud and a lot of other stuff, dust and just some moisture has collected on it. But you know what? Not a problem. I've not had a problem with this bike stalling at all. No loss of power. Even in the wet conditions, even when we put this bike underwater, which also the link above will show you that this thing went for a submarine ride, and no issues. So we'll get this cleaned up, we'll get this off and get it cleaned up, and then we can work on our suspension and lube up some of our joints a little bit later. All right, so we got this bracket off here, and we're just gonna lay this down here, and we can disconnect some of the other wires. But tip for you guys when you have a new bike. So when you get this, when you get the bike new, of course, everything is nicely labeled. You can see that says PELS, and I believe another one here says LED. And this is the tag for the LED light that tells you what mode you're in: green, blue, or red. But as you can see, through the wear and tear, maybe washing, or just you see map right there. Through the wear and tear, these things tend to fade, and yours might not actually look as good as mine. I'm surprised that I can still read some of these, but you see the dirt. You see the dirt on them, and we're actually gonna clean these a little bit before we take them apart, just to reduce any of the dust getting in there. But it's a good practice to make a list of what is what for your own personal records. I haven't seen yet in the diagram from Electric Motion how to read this wiring diagram, so take a look. You can make small notes: red, black, blue. You have red and brown, of course. What is this? Yellow, black stripe, blue, red, black stripe, and you can label them out just so that you personally know what is what and where it should go. So that's a good idea. We're gonna clean this up, and we're gonna disconnect this. We can take it all off. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a towel down here, just so you can see all my plugs. This should help us catch some of the residual spray. And what I have here is just a QD electronic cleaner. So this just helps, doesn't damage any of the parts. This is actually made for electrical components. You can get this at any local automotive store. So we're gonna shoot the outside, try to get as much dust as we can off. We're gonna wipe it down as best we can, and using cleaners like this will actually kind of attribute to these words rubbing off, just because of the solvent in them. So yeah, we're gonna do that, and then we'll disconnect them, and we'll give them another spray just to clean the inside, if in case there's any rubbish left in there. All right. You want to use this pretty liberally. I mean, this can cost, you know, $6 or whatever, but you do want to make sure that you get your stuff clean. The last thing you want to do is, how we say, half-ass it, and then you end up with rubbish and something in your connector that you don't want. So using a little Allen wrench, we'll just disconnect this, and because we're not worried, we made our list already of what goes where. We can hook them back up accurately. As you can see, the wire color doesn't match. You know, we have brown, red, and then we have orange, white with black stripes. So it doesn't match. Don't count on that to get you back to where you want to be. There's going to be a lot of trial and error when you get these things together. Oh, we have one. Oh, here you go. This is the battery indicator cable, and actually this one runs the length from the top of the bike all the way back to the battery port near the controller. So this is one, unfortunately, we can't disconnect from here. But we'll disconnect it down at the controller a little later. And as you can see, it's a little hard to see, but our plugs are fairly clean. These plugs work really well. And initially, when I got the bike, I did put some dielectric grease in there, and I believe that helped a lot with sealing it up from all the dust and dirt and catching all that stuff. But now this is a good time, right when we take it apart, to go ahead and clean it out. And make sure you guys use some safety glasses or something. You don't want this squirting back in your face. So just shoot it away and just give it a little shot out there. And clean out your connectors. Like I said, this stuff is fairly cheap, so just buy 2 cans and use away. Using the cans up is way better than having a problem in the trail. Same goes for our other side, our male side. And I gotta say, this thing is pretty clean. I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. Alright. Alright, so sticking with this theme of cleaning up electronics, we are going to also get to some other parts. So we have our wire harness here. This is the end that we just cleaned up, and geez, it's a little dirty already. I don't know. Oh, we didn't give it a wipe down. Yeah, let's go ahead and clean this part off with our cleaner. Just give everything just a good wipe down. I mean, we have this thing out, we might as well do it right. And remember to push these little boots back in. These actually help a lot, so remember to push these boots in. Okay, and since we got it, we'll just shoot some cleaner on our rag, and we'll go down and wipe up this harness here. Okay, so we can go ahead and start removing our controller, our opposite end controller end of the harness. And look at that, guys. I gotta say, pretty clean considering this thing has been seat deep in water. And I'm almost ashamed to say I have not cleaned this thing in 8 months. Maybe I could do it a little bit more, but it's the one beauty about electric. is that you do a little different kind of maintenance, but it doesn't really cost you anything. Like I said, I think I said in another post, you know, I think I've spent maybe $24 in chain lube and chain cleaner, maybe a little bit more, but that's it. And that's the only maintenance I do on every ride. I clean it up, scrub it down, clean the chain, scrub it, and I lube it up, and that is it. Okay, so we'll put this on the side. Same here, we're gonna go into our plugs, and as you can see, there's a lot of grease in there still, and that's great. We're gonna put that back once we hook everything back up, but for now, we'll get rid of the old grease. This cleaner is really great. It doesn't really hurt anything, so you're okay to get it wherever you need it to be. And if you're wondering what this gunk is here, I was a little bit paranoid when I first got the bike, and what I did was I put an extra patch of silicone along some of the connectors just to seal it up a little bit better. And you see that good amount of grease in there. That's gonna help. So let's clean that out. Compressed air would be nice here. I just don't have my compressor running right now, so it's not a priority. This right here is the main sensor to the motor wire. This is very important, so you don't want to kink this one too much. And here you go, we have our controller. Now this part, very dusty. We'll just blast it off the best we can, and if we have a little brush, we'll get in there and clean up what we can. Just to make sure we get as much dirt out as possible. I might be going a little bit overboard, but you know, we're selling this to another customer. It's not going to just anybody. So we want to make sure this bike is perfect condition so that they can also enjoy what electric motion is all about. Right, not bad. Yeah, maybe a little bit more, but overall pretty clean. Got the dirt off, and we'll just put this aside so that we can work on our suspension. Mahalo guys once again for checking out our video. Remember, if you like what you see, please subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, put them in the comments box. We'll be more than happy to answer those things and see what you guys have to say about the bike. If you have any questions, we love it all. Yeah. Again, if you're in the Honolulu area and you really want to get a grip of what these bikes can do, hit us up. We do free demo rides all the time, and you can see that also on our Instagram and Facebook pages. We post those up every time we do one, so check it out. You want to contact us, hit us up at kauilamotors@gmail.com, and let's set something up. Let's get together. Till next time guys, remember to always ride safe. Aloha.